All right, welcome back to Building Dad Bod 2.0. Day 8 of the cut. Sunday is my first leg day of the week. Squat focused leg day. So I'm going to continue to do 3 leg days per week. Sunday is squat focused day. Tuesday is dynamic day. Thursday will be posterior chain focused day. So I'm hitting the same number of leg days and kind of the same focus on leg days in terms of the body parts. But the leg days are definitely going to look different. And that's the hardest part, going from a bulk to a cut for me, is during the winter, pretty much every week on my squat, I was PRing. Last year, set a squat PR at 330 in April. Then by the end of my cut, I was back down to a 300-pound squat. But then I pushed all the way up until this April, then hitting a 407-pound squat. And now it's changing that mindset to know, okay, like everything's going to drop off again. So the thing is, no matter how many enhanced fitness influencers out there telling you to maintain, the only way for me at 46 and natural to put on an appreciable amount of strength or muscle is basically I got to be in a surplus. And if I want to lose fat, I got to be in a good deficit. There's no real gaintaining for me. And don't get me wrong, like I can eat at maintenance and slowly get stronger. But in order for me to push my limits and be able to recover, I got to be in a surplus. It's just the way it is. So when it's time to cut, I have to shift my focus from trying to get as big and strong as possible to things like trying to get explosive, trying to build work capacity, trying to fix weaknesses that I found during the bulking and strengthening phase. So the first 2 squat variations today are focused on building my depth and getting comfortable in the bottom position of the squat. The first box squats I did were at 13 3/4 inches, and then doing the hack squats down to full depth, pausing, and then trying to drive hard back up from the bottom. So the box squats, I haven't done box squats that deep below parallel for a long time, and definitely substantially harder than doing them from above parallel. When you sit down on the box, lower posterior chain muscles turn off, and then you just got to fire and go. So that's good. It'll get me comfortable getting into that low position, below parallel, and then firing from there and just driving out of the hole. Now the hack squats, again, just trying to get deep, pause, get my knees out in front of me as much as I can. Really looking to make my quads work hard here. So I think getting my quads working more will be good for me both on my squat and my deadlift. I'm very posterior chain dominant. Definitely my weakness on deadlift is getting the bar moving off the floor. And then on squat, I'll be able to stay more upright if I can get more strength out of my quads. Now leg press, I'm going high reps, 3 sets of 20, so 455 pounds today. Really just trying to work on my work capacity. The most I've done for a set of 20 on leg press so far is 605 pounds. I did 1 set. My legs were like jello after. So we're just going to hammer away on these, up the weight 20 pounds every week, and try to just keep hitting sets of 20 till I can't hit sets of 20 anymore. Just going to crank this up to 4 times speed here on the leg press. But yeah, by the time I got to the 3rd set on these were absolutely miserable, even at 455 pounds. So we'll do 475 next week, see how that goes. All right, so now some single leg work on the hamstrings and glutes. Single leg RDLs. I use the 10 kg plates here. Allows me to go into a deficit without having to stand on a block. So here I'm using 4 10 kg plates and 1 5 kg plate, so 99 pounds on the bar, and then whatever I feel for bar weight. So not sure of the total weight, but this is my starting point on these. Hit 3 sets of 8 per leg. Love these to get a really nice stretch in the hamstring and the glute. And I don't have the best balance on one foot, so I really like these. I can kind of just lean into the bar in the landmine. Don't have to worry about trying to focus so hard on balance. I can focus on the movement pattern. Get a really good stretch, really good burn in the glute and the hamstring. These allow me to work one leg at a time, work out any imbalances from left to right. Weirdly enough, my right leg, I'm right-handed, but my right leg is weaker on most movements. I think because when I had my back issues, I had way more damage on the right-hand side. So, yeah, just allows me to kind of equal out that strength from side to side. All right, the last couple exercises we're hitting Couple sets of Nordic curls, just sets of 5. Haven't done these in a while, so I'm going to ease back into them, and then finished off with some reverse squats. So I am working on a video on my programming. Someone asked me about that. But one thing I like to do even on squat day is I do most of my heavy movements squat focused, and then I will throw in posterior chain accessories. When I do a posterior chain day, I'll throw in like heavy posterior chain movements, and then I'll throw in some lighter squat accessories. So I'm getting those movements in multiple times per week. Then the reverse squats, so hitting these hip flexors. Woke up this morning with quite a sore hip. Again, that right hip that's been bugging me. I think after arching for bench press on Saturday, just gets my hip worked up. So working on the reverse squats to get these hip flexors stronger. Hoping that's going to help. Did a drop set, so started with 65 pounds, hit 10 reps with 65 pounds, then dropped it down to 45 pounds, hit another 10 reps for 20 reps total. Hit that for 2 sets. The goal for me is to get these to a set of 20 with half my body weight. That's it for the workout. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.